Hi guys, it's Ray here from Man City Fan Chat. Hope you guys are well today, this evening, Wednesday evening. Pretty much Q&A, I think, today, because it's not really a lot going on. Yes, you've got Bayern apparently looking at coming back in for Leroy in January, also looking at other alternatives for themselves. You've got Aleki Mangala, saying his goodbyes, very polite, but there's not really much to say. You've got Chelsea fans and others still complaining about the FIFA fine on City yesterday. They just can't take it. Hi, Football Fan Chat. I'm not watching the Super Cup. I'm the boss. I'm the boss, man. You're doing well. I'm not sure I can agree with your expletive-laden rant that I saw earlier. I'm a good, clean living chap myself. I'm just going to pop this on YouTube. Look, before I put this on Twitter, let me say this. Let me see what. Hi, Cobby. I did some work with the We Are Tottenham TV, doing a preview after you got spanked 4-0 by United. How's it going, Andy? It's going very well. I did a preview video with We Are Tottenham TV. One question they asked me, who's going to finish in the top 4? And I've got Chelsea there. Hi, Bernard. Hope you're well. I've got Chelsea. I think they had half a dozen decent chances. They didn't score. And I think that was their issue. They didn't score. Once they conceded, okay, then they ended up getting 2 quick goals in the second half from United. Bang, bang, all over. But I think it could have been different if Chelsea had scored first. I think Chelsea. I think he'll stabilise it. I think he will. I think as the season gets on, once Kante's fit, I don't know who's playing today. If Kante's fit, when Hudson-Odoi's back, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, you get everybody back. If, excuse me, you can get your transfer ban down to 1 window, then you can buy a couple of players in January. I think, people are underestimating Chelsea. The rant where you just got beat 4-0, you had somebody else on as well, and he looked embarrassed. You really let him rip with the language. Let me get this up there for people to see on Twitter, live on YouTube. Let me just get this up so people know. Talking Mangala, Sane, and FIFA. Let's just get this out there so people know it's a lot. We're still going. We don't stop for night. Let's get a few people. I don't care now. I'll tell some Liverpool fans. That will annoy them, considering they're watching watching the game. Let's just get a few people told, and whether they get involved or not, it doesn't matter. Let's get a couple more. Just want to get a couple more. Let's get a Chelsea fan. It'll be really. I just throw a few people's names in there. I'm sure I'll be well and truly annoyed to get his name mentioned. I won't tell you who it is. There you go. So let's get back. Jamie Pollock shirt. Look at that. I mean, Bernard was wearing, what was he wearing? His IDOS shirt yesterday? I can't remember, the green one. But he's mine. Don't know, Football Fan Chat. You have appeal. We'll see what happens. All the swearing, Football Fan Chat. That's all it was. I had to turn it off. My ears couldn't take it. Kante's back. Kante's back. Anyway, so so what should we talk about first, guys? Let me have a quick look at my Twitter timeline's been hot tonight, all day. It's let's have a quick look. Wow, so many messages, man. Chelsea falling asleep, I've been told, and it's one each. What's going on, Chelsea? I got loads, Bernard. I got loads of tops. Yeah, I know it's a reaction. It's actually very difficult. If you see if you see your team getting pumped 4-0, I don't think your reaction is going to be nice. Nobody's is going to be not going to be happy. But look at all those West Ham fans. They expected to get beat by City, and some expected to get beat badly. Most of them were quite decent about it, actually. All said, Verge just bought the away kit with Cancelo on the back. How much do you think he will play this season? I know that, Bernard. I know. I think he'll get a decent number of games because he can play on the left. He'll get the cup games to start with. So he'll get the Carabao Cup games. He'll get some FA Cup games. He'll get some league games. And I have no doubt. I mean, I think he'll play at least 20 games this season. It might be messing about. It might be in cup games, a few league games. He might play some left back. But I think he'll get at least 20 games this season, probably 25 to 30 even. Just depends on things like, if Mendy's comes back in his fit, then obviously Mendy will take a lot of the left back slot with Zinchenko. But if he's not, I can see Cancelo playing a few games there. And as I said, the cup games as well. Let's tell you what, talking about Cancelo, let's see what Gary Neville said. Because Gary Neville had him speak at when he was manager of Valencia, failed manager. And this is what he said about Cancelo. I absolutely love him to bits. To be fair, when I was at Valencia, I wanted United to sign him. At the time, they could have got him for 25 million, and he went to Inter Milan. Okay? He says, Cancelo is perfect for City. He's a winger, a goal scorer, assist maker. He's a right back. You're going to lose a bit defensively in terms of a back four because he'll never be there. I'll promise you that. The coach before and after played him as a right winger. I also played Cancelo. I absolutely loved him. His professionalism, his enthusiasm for the game. He's really intense, trains like you wouldn't believe. He's a brilliant signing for City. He probably wouldn't do as well at other clubs with more of a rigid back four, but for City, he will be phenomenal. I mean, that's a rag. That's Gary Neville. That's what he's saying about Cancelo. So all those naysayers, all those, we'll see. I haven't got much reputation to put on the line. All those people who said he'll be no good, all those people who said he'll be no good for a City because he can't defend. Let's see. Let's see as the season progresses who's right and who's wrong. I'm happy to stand up and say if I'm wrong, but will others? No, they'll run away and hide. Clint's Forest are bigger than City. That's right, Bernard. 1894. That's just for this incarnation. You want to go back to St. Mark's? Was that 1880, Bernard? I mean, you were around then, Bernard. You tell me. Sorry, mate. I couldn't resist. So, yeah, look, when did we first win the FA Cup, Bernard? Do you remember? Was it 1903, 1904? I can't remember. It's that long ago. And we won that much stuff in the past. Hi, Chris. How you doing, mate? Hi, Mukund. Hey, Mukund the Handsome. Is that what we're going to call it? Is that his new nickname? Mukund the Handsome. When I'm back, I might come back at the weekend. I'm not going to go to France. I was supposed to go to do some training with my mate, but he swanned off to Italy to do some work. So I didn't bother going. I thought, what's the point of going for 4 or 5 days? I got this, I'd have gone on Monday and come back on Friday. It's a long way to travel because I've got the Spurs game on Saturday, so I didn't fancy that. Thanks, Mukun. It's a lovely kit. Lovely kit. Lift it up a bit. Bit of brother. Lovely kit. And I don't think he's played 5 at the back. He's not going to play 5 at the back. You're more likely to get a 3-5-2, which he has played. 4-3-3, 3-5-2, something like that. 1904. There you go, Bernard. FA Cup. Yeah, Abhishek. Well, I think Liverpool. I'll put it now. Liverpool are going to win. Liverpool will win because Spurs have let that early goal in. Oh, BA football fan chat. Come on, I've got to hear this. I've got to hear this now. Why are Chelsea bigger than City? I've got to hear this. Why are Chelsea bigger than City? And it's going to all depend on your definition of bigger. Is it because they won a European Cup? Does that make them bigger? I'd say then Celtic are bigger than Chelsea in that case, because they won a European Cup and they won it 50 years ago. So why aren't they bigger? Huddersfield are bigger than Chelsea. Go and do your look at your history, do your homework. It's not just on trophies. Well, there you go, football fan chat. We're a bit nicer here. There you go, Bernard. Second in the league, eh? So what, football fan chat? Champions League does not make you a bigger club. Does that make Steaua Bucharest a bigger club than Chelsea? Because they won it before you. Yeah? Mark the blue, yeah, you do, mate. Or BA. Did we win? Did we buy the title? You won't be timed out. You'll be booted out. We won the title in 1937. If my memory serves me right, we didn't buy it then. We won the title in 1968, if I remember correctly. We didn't buy it then either. We didn't buy it. Yeah. So please. Yeah. Let's have a look at Chelsea. You know, let's have a look. We'll talk about history. Let's have a look at Chelsea then. I'm bothered about things like that. I want to see what you've won. I want to see your, okay, first division title. You won the first division in 1954. So you'd won it once before you got money. And since you got money, you've won it 1, 2, 3, 4. You've won it 5 times. Okay. But you'd only won it once before. You'd won the FA Cup before Roman Abramovich 3 times. You won the FA Cup 3 times before Roman Abramovich, and you'd won the Community Shield, the Football League Cup. Was it twice before Abramovich? So in major trophies, you'd got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major trophies. That's not a lot. That's less than Sunderland. So before Chelsea got Abramovich and money, they'd won 6 trophies, which is less than Sunderland. Sunderland, if I'm right, Sunderland won more than that. My God, Huddersfield won 3 league titles in the 30s. So they must be a bigger club than Chelsea. It's not just on trophies. You want to chuck in the fact that City have got the highest attendance, for some of the highest attendances ever, several in the top 20 from a league ground. Well, you're going to get, you will, no, it's not banter. No, football fan chat. I take banter, okay? We take banter, we take facts. You're talking out your backside. Absolutely. What we don't take is rubbish. So what, you've won everything in Europe with money. What did you win? If you want to, you mentioned money. What did you win before the money? 1 league title before you got money. 1 league title. Huddersfield won 3 before you got money. That was just in the 30s. Huddersfield won 3. Preston North End, my God, they've won more than you. So many clubs have won more trophies than Chelsea. I'm sorry, mate. You know, you come on talking rubbish. Absolute balderdash. You were founded in 1905. You're not even that old, buddy. City go back to 1880. They've got roots there. And in this current incarnation, it's 1894. We bought the... Sorry, I'll repeat that question. We bought the title. I don't think we bought it back in the 1930s and 1960s when we were winning stuff. We didn't buy it then. We didn't buy the League Cup when we were winning that in 76. We certainly didn't buy it. We won the League Cup in 70. We didn't buy that. We won the FA Cup in 69. Won it in the 50s with 56. Bert Trauman's broken neck, 1904 or whenever. So we'd won plenty. Don't worry about that. Not only had we won plenty, we were... Was it the most supported club in the country? And we've got the records for home attendance. Behave. You know, we cut you a lot of slack, But I'll treat you the same as anybody else. I'll be honest with you. I'll treat you the same as anybody else, and you'll get the boot. You're lucky Cole's not on because he might have booted you off already. Joel Yanez, jealous because we were bad. Now we're good. Absolutely. You're not talking facts, so I don't mind sorting you out. Absolutely, Nick. So what? Football fan chat. Chelsea have won the Champions League once. Villa have won it twice. Or Forest, whatever. Are Villa and Forest are bigger clubs than Chelsea. Celtic are a bigger club than Chelsea. Steaua Bucharest are a bigger club than Chelsea. Anyway, move on. There's no patronising football fan chat. You're behaving like what you are. You're behaving like a child. You're behaving like a little child. It's not banter. No one takes it as banter. No one, have a look at the comments. No one's taking it as banter. Banter's a little bit of fun, a bit of joke. So if you want to come out, you also said it's facts. So I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. You can't have it as one minute you're calling it banter, another minute you're calling it facts. We're a really positive, fun-loving channel, but we don't take crap. And I'll tell you what. That's end of football fan chat. And he'll come crying to me on Twitter. Why have you blocked me? Well, he'll be blocked on Twitter if he comes crying. But he's only really started crying when Liverpool have scored. And to be honest, why isn't he going watching his team? Chelsea are playing. He should be focused on Chelsea. Forget it. He's gone, Bernard. That's it, Bernard. That's it. And then they nicked. Did Arsenal nick the manager? Was it Herbert Chapman? You got better. He's not getting on the channel, Bernard. He's gone. He's gone forever. That was it, yo. We let in 100 goals. We're the only team to score. Was it 104 goals and let in 100? So, time for some after 8 minutes. He's gone. Yeah, hi Colin, how you doing, mate? He was winding us up, so I'm not even going to bother putting him in timeout. I'll just give him the big boot, and when he comes crying on Twitter, I'll block him on Twitter. I've had a tough day. I'm not going to take any crap. What I don't like is when someone comes on and starts throwing things out as facts, and then turns around and says, "Oh, it's a bit of banter." No, sorry, I don't care how old you are. If you're going to behave like that, you get treated, as I warned him, you'll get treated like anybody else who's on the wind-up. Anybody else who's messing about, you get kicked off. So anyway, that's gone. Let's move on. Let's move on from Chelsea. Yeah, Steve, look. City stuck by him. The fans, all right, he was a figure of fun with some, but others, we still like him. Look, he was a City player, and we've got to respect that. Yeah, we've got to love him for that. The fact he was a City player, and when he played, he gave everything. He was a player during our Centurion season. You can't see anything else. So Mangala's message was nice. He thanked the fans. He thanked the coaching staff, the management, everybody he thanked. And look, he's been here for 5 years. And unfortunately, for whatever reason, a mixture of injury and potentially not getting off to a good enough start, he didn't play that many games for City. But hey, the guy's gone. And I guarantee at least 98% of City fans will wish him all the best. That's all I saw on Twitter today. People wishing him the best, and that's the way it should be. Absolutely, Steve. Hopefully he'll move on, go back to Valencia, and he'll do well at Valencia. I hope for his sake he does. Don't mention chocolate. I had any chocolate today. I had some biscuits and some donuts, but not chocolate. Yeah, he'll do all right for somebody, Joel. Yeah, look, Nick, when we saw him play against Chelsea, he had pace, he had power, he had strength, decent in the air. He was fast, yeah. But the more he played, he could not control the ball. I think he was a bag of nerves. He was a bag of nerves, too anxious. and he was not the kind of player who could play it out. You just watch Willy Wonka. Let's go through some more topics then. Let's see what Bayern has. See, now this talk that Bayern are going to come back in January for Leroy Sané. That's going to be interesting. That's what reports in Germany are claiming. Now they've signed Ivan Perisic on a loan deal, but Bild, the dirty, filthy German newspaper, that's my opinion. No one's going to ever change that. Even if they ask me to be a report for them, says that German champions, they could return for Sané in January. So they're already setting it up. So now what they're looking at, I mean, this is going to be ridiculous. I'll just tell you what Bild say. They're looking at making a reduced bid for Sané before the transfer deadline of September the 2nd, just to get him, even though he's injured. Make a bid in January or wait until he's fully fit. I can't see them bidding again next summer because they're tight. They're tight. They'll ask him to bide his time and wait till his contract expires and he's got no time left. I don't think that's going to work. Now, according to Bild, they reckon that Bayern are more likely to work till next summer. Why would they pay even 80 million for Leroy Sané in September? What's the point? I mean, what if he doesn't recover well from this injury? I think that you wait till he's fully fit. You don't take the risk. He's a cracking story, guys. He's a cracking story. Now, can I blow my own trumpet on here? Can I? Here we go. This is the MEN. Diario Vasco claim homegrown rules were the only reason Eibar goalkeeper Asier Riesco did not join City this summer. And this is from the MEN. Riesco, 35, was strongly linked with a move to City to become the third choice keeper with a view to becoming a goalkeeping coach in the EDS after a year. The report says the deal was agreed, but City had reached the limit of foreign players allowed in their squad, so they instead turned their attention to Derby County stopper Scott Carson instead. Whatever if the deal was agreed, I said right from the outset, when all these clowns were jumping on to these stories and not thinking about it, these idiots, I said, okay, that without Claudio Bravo leaving or somebody else leaving, we have no space in our squad for him. If Leroy Sané had been injured earlier, yes, we could have got this Riesgo chap, but but the bottom line is we had no non-homegrown spaces in our squad. We couldn't get Riesgo. Simple as that. Unless someone else left, we couldn't get it. Can't stand the Liverpool are going to win. Now you're talking about Bayern, Joel. Look, I think they'll come back next summer with the reduced bid. That's what I see. And I hope City tell them to do one. And I hope City tell Sané to do one as well. Actually, I really want us to do, obviously, really well because I'm a City supporter. But I want us to do really well for the sake of, for Leroy Sané to see what he's missing out on. I want him to see what he's missing out on. One of the best teams ever. Absolutely, Steve. That's right. We love poor players. We love good players. Obviously, the poor players get cult status, and the good players get legend status. Colin Pollock, Alex Scott says on Sky that Messi wouldn't fit into City's team because he couldn't play with the intensity needed. Colin. I think Messi could fit in anybody's team. You make room for a player like Messi. Even City would make room, I think, for. Have a quick drink, guys. Even I think City would make a room for a player like Messi because he's just such a generation, not a generational talent. He's the best player I've ever seen. Okay, I never watched Pele and Grinch and those guys from the 50s and 60s, but I've seen a bit of George Best. I've seen maybe not in his heyday. Seen Maradona, seen Ronaldo, seen Messi. Messi miles better. You know, the numbers, the stats, the way he plays. The guy's the best in the world. Okay, so he would fit. We would make a way for him to fit. Steve, that wrong type of video for blowing your trumpet. Yeah, I know, mate. Might play the guitar. Might get the guitar out and play that. Cheshire Homebrew, watching the game between Liverpool and Chelsea, all feeling sorry for Oxlade-Chamberlain. Don't mention he got injured trying to foul collar over the yeah, stuff them. Forget them. You know, it's like the what was it? Was it Harry Kane injured himself trying to foul Delph? and everybody said it was Delph's tackle. No, it wasn't. It was Harry Kane's dirty chop on Delph that got Harry Kane injured, and the press wouldn't say that. Look, Steve, I think you made space for Messi. GZ Grass, do you think Scott Carson will play a game this season, at least as a sub or something? He will get a game. Maybe not in the league. He will play one. I guarantee. There you go. Between you and me, Steve, like, I guarantee he'll play at least. He'll get some minutes for City. Even if it's 1 minute, he'll get on the pitch. He'll get a minute. Don't you guys knocking him? David Dunn as well. David Dunn, he's not one of ours. Richard Dunn was one of ours. David Dunn got. Are you talking about getting injured, Joel? You could log Messi in, but you wouldn't change team, damn it. Yeah, it would. I agree, Steve. It would. But for the skill that Messi has, I think you take the risk. I think you take the risk of getting Messi in. Watch out, I'm just going to clean my glasses. I think you take the risk of getting Messi in because he's just so good. Mukund, in this team, Messi would fit right in, even if he stays in one place all game, he ends up with 50 goals. Not more La River there. No more La River there, Steve. No more. No. Messi would fit in. You know, you could play. Look, can you imagine playing Messi up front and the Sergio Aguero role and saying, run as much as you want or as little as you want. The rest of the guys will do your running for you. Because if he was in his 20s, mid-20s, I think he'd do enough running. Bernard, let's see how the season goes. I'm saying Carson will get on, whether it's a Carabao Cup game, whether it's a FA Cup, Champions League, he will get on the pitch at some point this season. You've been told, guys. Yeah, Paul Lake, injuries. So bad when your best players get injuries. So Kante, I'm just watching Kante because I've not watched the game. Well, someone said he destroyed Milner. I'm not sure about that. Did he nutmeg him or something? Doesn't look that fantastic to me. I don't know what people are jumping up and down them. Carson's okay, cover, not Pep goalie. Oh no, I agree, Steve. But people said, someone asked, will he play? And I said, yes, he will. Yeah, I'm in a mood, Bernard. You're right. I've had as bad days go. As good as yesterday was, today was the opposite. Today was a bad day. Bad day. I'm trying to recover my bad day. Didn't help. Woke up, banging headache. Felt sick this morning. So Bernard's spot on. I'm in a mood. Not in a bad mood, but I'm in a taking no rubbish today mood. That kind of mood. Listening to other people talk rubbish. I'm just going to respond. You know, I did it with a few Chelsea fans today. I mean, they're still crying, the Chelsea fans, about that. The fact that we got. Yeah, so they're still crying about the fact that we got a fine and they got a transfer ban. They're still crying. They don't want to understand this. And it was the same. It was the same offence. It's the same speeding, as Pete on Twitter yesterday said. Speeding. If you're speeding at 33, that's an offence. If you're speeding at 70 in a 30 zone, so they're both speeding offences, but they're on a hugely different scale. If you get caught doing 70 in a 30 zone, you're in court. Absolute no question about that. You're in court, okay? And you got a chance of losing your license. You get caught doing 33 in a 30, get some points, a fine. You get a fine, you move on. You get caught doing 70 or 80 in a 30 mile, or if you're doing 100, if you're doing 100 in a 30 mile an hour zone, you are most likely going in the slammer. You got a good chance of going in the slammer. Okay, so look at the difference. You do 33, you get a fine. That's it. You do 100 in a 30, you go to jail. Now there's your severity. It's the severity of the act that leads to the punishment. So Steve is saying Scott Carson won't play unless both first team choice injured and virtually no chance. I think there'll be a game where Scott Carson is a sub. I think he'll get on the pitch at one point this season, especially for at the end of the season, and we've comfortably won the league. I can see him being second choice keeper in the Carabao Cup, for instance. So Edison will be rested, Bravo will be first choice, Scott Carson will be second. If we're winning a game comfortably, like last season, we still put out a decent team in the two-legged affair in the semi-final against Burton. I could see him getting a game. I honestly think he can get a game. There you go, Mark. I can see Carson. I honestly can see him getting some minutes in a Carabao Cup game, just to give him some minutes. Bernard, I'm not sure. Well, I've blocked him on here. He's been kicked off now. He's been kicked off. We'll see what happens on Twitter. But since he's not here to defend himself, let's move on. Look, Joel, the other thing about City was we admitted it. Chelsea said, no, we didn't do anything wrong. And they got found guilty on 29 counts. City admitted it. And the reason City made this happen is City said it was, and FIFA seemed to agree, it was a misinterpretation of the rules. Once the guidelines were issued, once there were there's some guidance on those rules issued in December 2016, City have not transgressed. Now, I've not looked at Chelsea's case too much, but people said they still transgressed after that rule. They thought they could get away with it, and they couldn't. Yeah, Andy, look, if Carson plays, we'll have had some bad injuries, possibly. No, I'm not saying he's going to play in the league. I'm saying he's going to play in the cup. Someone said, will he play this season? I said he'll play in a cup game. Well, Steve, I don't know what talks is that you can actually apparently put forward what you think is a suitable sentence. Now, the difference between Chelsea and City is City negotiated with FIFA. City put forward a proposal and FIFA accepted it. It's kind of plea bargaining. City said, yeah, we hold our hands up, we did wrong. Okay, so you bargain your position. Chelsea said, we didn't out wrong. Okay, then they find guilty. They're not in a position to bargain because they've thrown the bargaining chips away. They've not pleaded guilty. Now, who's to say if Chelsea had gone to FIFA and said, yeah, we hold our hands up, we've been bad, let's go through this process, and FIFA could have turned around and fined them 2 or 3 million quid and maybe a one-window transfer ban. Yeah, but they've thrown the plea bargaining chip away. You can't plea bargain after you've been found guilty. You've got to take your punishment. City plea bargained before they were found guilty, and they accepted their guilt. That speeds up the process. So we did the plea bargaining. You do it as you're pleading guilty, not after you've been found guilty. You can't plea bargain. Then you're going to take a harsher punishment. That's how the criminal justice system can work in this country, and certainly in the American system. People who are innocent even plea bargain and say they're guilty because they don't want to take the risk of a much worse sanction. So Chelsea's on hard luck. No, Steve, I'm not saying he's going to get dropped. I said he might. Look, the question was simply, will he play? And I said, I'm sure he'll get at least 1 minute. He might come on a sub. He might play, for instance, if we go back to that Carabao Cup semi-final against Burton, you're winning, what was it, 9-0 from the first leg? Or whatever. I can see him playing the second leg because we played some younger kids. He's not been sold Cheshire home, but he's gone to Nottingham Forest on loan. He struggled in the first game, and he might even get deposed. But he's got to get back. He's got to get back into it. Muric, he's a good keeper. He just needs to get some confidence, play men's football. This is what it's like. Can you imagine? He was our number 2 last season, and he was lucky in the cups for City because we didn't play too strong opposition most of the time. But in the league, can you imagine him playing in the league? That's why I'm happy Bravo's back, because he's got that experience, and Muric hasn't. Bernard's hungry again. Well, I give up on being hungry today. Dungeon for your black cat. Very rare a goalie gets subbed in a match unless injury. I agree, Steve. I totally agree. But I'm just saying, I can see it towards the end of a game. Maybe Pep's not one for sentiment much. Maybe he'll throw him on for a couple of minutes at the end of a game, or maybe in the semi-final of the Carabao Cup. That's where I'm seeing it. If we get that far, he could give him the second leg and rest Bravo. Don't know. I mean, I'm just putting it out there. Oh, be honest, guys, I'm really tired. Let's see what's going down. Wow, I've just got 12 messages in about 10 minutes. Lots of nice retweets. I just got to check to see the footy. Apparently, Salah's hit the woodwork. That's a shame. Or looking at my timeline, people have had a tough day today. I don't know why it's a tough day. Maybe the rain has hurt us. Bernard, no one goes in my dungeon. You know, people can go in my dungeon, Bernard. They don't leave my dungeon. Steve Black, the only chance he will get is just so far ahead in a game or league match, but has no City sentiments. Yeah, no. I said not in a league game. I said it might be in a cup game, and what I'm looking at, I'll repeat, I'm looking at that Carabao Cup semi-final if we get there. If we're 4, 5, 6 goals up after the first game, I can see him possibly getting a run out. It's the same way. Yeah, Cheshire Humber. I think Muric will be a better goalkeeper, but he just needs experience, and that's what he's going to get at Nottingham Forest. Humper day. So what else? Let's have a quick look at the other news. I don't think there's anything. We talked about Gary Neville. We talked. It's not really much. A little bit about Mangala. We're talking about the Chelsea fans who are still crying. Serves them right. I'm just reading what Samuel Houghton's saying on Twitter, that he's been mesmerised by Kante's performance. He's been flawless, man of the match, whatever the result. See, I still think Kante's a brilliant player. The Dale man. Where are you from, the Dale man? You sound like a Rochdale guy. Kappa shirts were the best and best quality shirts we've ever. Look, these shirts are quality. I mean, this shirt, how old do you think it is? I mean, it's got to be. This is a very, very old shirt. Yeah, and I used to wear it to play footy, five-a-side football, 12, 15 years back, whenever. It's a cracking shirt, and it's held its quality. Some of the night shirts were crap. The shirt that I bought, the Puma shirt, the stitching's already come off the hemline. I'll tell you where, the stitching there, or there, it's already come off my new shirt. It's not as that I've caught it somewhere, but it's come off, and that's absolutely rubbish. See, Black, let's say, I think the only way we can do this, Steve, is just to see what happens. Let's look at some other. Joel, bit of a different sort of, but would you like to see the gaffer wants Pep topic? Honestly, Joel, I don't know. I'm not sure. Arteta, I like the idea of company, but look, you got to see how company does first. I like the idea of potential of Vieira coming back, but whoever it should be from within. I think it's better to have that kind of boot room, like Liverpool had for so many years. Someone who's come through the ranks. So someone who's played for several years for City would be great, and someone who a high level, and someone who can make it as a manager. Now that could be Vincent Kompany. Played at high level, is being a manager now. But I'd want him to come back and be assistant manager, but that might cause trouble because you've got Arteta as assistant manager. I want Kompany to look. Kompany has played under Pep for 3 years. Is that good enough to help him to be a manager in the Pep style? I don't know. But if he did come back, if Pep left and Kompany came in, say, 3 years' time, Pep would still help him. Pep wouldn't just leave him. He could always be able to talk to Pep. So Bernard's got the hump with the new Tarantino film. I don't know about that. Mark the Blue, Umbro the best. Can't argue. I mean, this shirt was a Kappa one, but Umbro, lovely shirts. Lovely shirt. Steve, you should get a Nike deal. What do you mean? Nike would not sign me up for anything, Steve. Absolutely, Bernard. Jogger green. Pep's the greatest, man. I mean, look, Mancini still had exciting teams going forward, and he was trying to be tight at the back. But you look at Pep, and Pep's team now is the best. I said it on the video I've done today for We Are Tottenham TV. This is the best team, the best squad we've ever had, the best team we've ever had. It's well ahead of everybody else. You guys, and you're still on these hump jokes. Company might be back next week. We'll see, Steve. We'll see. It's true, Cheshire Home, the best players rarely make the best managers, but good players can still make good managers. It's certain qualities in them that will drive you forward. We'll see how good Vinny does. I mean, look, Lampard got stuffed 4-0 against United. He might turn out to be a great manager. Other people have struggled when they started, and they turn out to be great managers. We'll see. Humpty Dumpty. Tony Butt was all right. I'll give it up to 9:50, guys. Another 7 minutes, I think. Just quickly check all the messages. See what's going on, because the game must be nearly finished. It looks like Sadio Mane got Chelsea have had 2 goals disallowed. Mike Long is watching the game, says, even if Liverpool win this, they're so shaky. I still think Liverpool are going to win. I said that from the start, especially when they scored that early the goal in the second half. Let's have a quick look at my emails, because I do get a few emails coming through from time to time. 4 emails. Wow. I've got the stuff from We Are Tottenham TV. So fingers crossed tomorrow sometime the preview will go up for the the Spurs game at the weekend. And if you see, let's have a look. Tony Butt was okay. Gary Neville for great managers. Don Revie was a good player and manager. Joe Mercy, great player and manager. Absolutely, Bernard. Look, guys, tomorrow my Tottenham preview comes out. And honestly, I want that preview to hit 1,000 views by the time we have the game on Saturday. So that's Thursday, Friday, and a bit of Saturday. So I've got 30, 40 people regularly watch. Mark the Blue, my blue laser blue shirt with beers. Remember, the video is going to come out tomorrow. Please watch the Tottenham preview. It looks like it's going to be a long one, because they sent me a lot of questions. So, and I sent them a lot of questions. I think 8 each. Big Mal was charismatic. Yeah. So it's a good one. There's some really good questions they asked me. Not sure about my questions to them, but they asked me some really decent questions, and I think it's going to be a bit of fun. I don't like Spuds either. Yeah, Johan Cruyff. Can you knock him? Come on. Who's it said they don't always make great managers, great players, but some do. Yeah, some make it as a great player and a great manager too. So 5 more minutes, guys. Beckenbauer. Zinedine Zidane. We'll find out if he's a good manager. I mean, he's a great player. He's won 3 Champions Leagues. I mean, can you argue with that? We'll find out how good a manager he is this season. Apparently, Mane's just missed a sitter. I wish they went to extra time. I don't think they would they? But it'd be great if it's a draw and they went to extra time. Just knacker them out a bit more. Get out of it, Joe Green. Rubinho, I don't believe that. Pep was a decent player. That's right, Joe. Well, Cheshire, okay, he said rarely. But we just give him some nuts. Come on, Bernard. Stevie Coppell. He was good for Palace, weren't he? KDB, yeah. Arsene Wenger. I don't think Arsene Wenger was a great player, Steve. I think even he will admit that. Sir Matt Busby, good player, decent manager. Joe Fagan, decent player, decent manager. Kenny Dalglish, he won a lot as a player, won a lot as a manager. There's a few you can pick up like that. Graham Souness wasn't. Roy Keane certainly wasn't. Roy Keane. Gary Neville certainly wasn't. Couple more minutes, guys. Just gonna have a quick look to see if there's any more news. It's a quiet day today. Looking at this, there's absolutely nothing out there news-wise. I can't believe it. Who's the worst player manager? There must be loads. Drinking Ribena makes a great manager. Well, I'm on the fizzy pop today. I'm trying to get off it again. Jog, I'm trying to get off the fizzy pop. Bobby Charlton, rubbish. Since brought that Southampton guy that was pants, that said he was George Weah's brother or cousin. Roy of the Rovers. Bernard's got the best one there. Roy of the Rovers. Guys, I think I'm going to knock it on the head tonight. I need some sleep. I'm shattered. Billy the Fish. And I think if there are penalties, you might as well go and watch the penalties. Do you know what channel that game's on? Is it on BT or Sky? Does anyone know what channel the game's on? Because I got BT Sport. I can watch it on my phone, on my lappy. That's the question. Cheers, Cheshire. Guys, I'm going to watch it. If there's penalties, I like watching penalties. I've watched a lot of University Challenge today. I think I watched 5 episodes of University Challenge. Yes, Steve, I'm absolutely shattered, Steve. I had a really, really, really bad day. Really bad day. You can tell my ears are burning. I'm just tired, guys. Sometimes it happens. Cheers, mate. Cheers, Steve. Thanks a lot, mate. Thanks. No, I don't want the University Challenge game, Bernard, because those questions are blooming hard. You know, I'm lucky. Sometimes I only get a couple of questions right in a whole episode. Sometimes I'm lucky. I might get 5 or 6, but that's not enough to get you anywhere. It doesn't get you anywhere. And some of those questions, I'm still trying to understand the question. Some of these people, what they learn. Bamba Dineen. Guys, thanks for sticking around. It's been a bit of a slog, sorry, tonight. But Thursday, tomorrow we'll have some more to chat because we'll be starting looking forward to the weekend. We'll be starting to looking forward to the game. That's good going, 8 to 12, Bernard. 8 to 12. I mean, I watched 5 episodes tonight, and I suspect I would not have got more than... I wouldn't have got 20 questions right in 5 episodes. Maybe. I mean, actually the nice thing is when you get it right and they don't know the answer. And you think, well, that's an easy question. How come you don't know that? You know, they don't know some, especially when it's on sport, they don't know some simple things on sport. I'm quite shocked, actually, sometimes. Guys, take it easy. I'm going to shoot. Try and get a good night's sleep. Get ready for some action in the morning. Do some running if it's not raining. But you guys look after yourselves, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Remember, my video's coming out for the preview against Spurs. So please take a look at that and share it around on social media if you can. That's one video. I worked hard on that. I'd like it to get 1,000. See you guys. Take it easy.